common question I get asked is how much sunscreen do we need to use and is it actually necessary to reapply? In order for me to answer that question, you have to understand how sunscreen works. When you're applying sunscreen, this is what it looks like under a UV camera. It literally is applying a protective film on your face. As you go about your day, that film starts to separate. Swiss cheese is what comes to mind when I think about this, because as you go about your day, your film starts to get holes in its protection. The longer that you go throughout your day, and depending on the activity, you'll see more and more holes. And every time you reapply, you're really just filling in those holes. The reason we emphasize how important it is to reapply every 2 hours when you're outdoors is because the rate at which your sunscreen is disintegrating when you are outdoors, active, or in contact with water is happening at such a fast rate. If you're having a more chill day and you're just sitting on your couch reading a book, the rate of your sunscreen disintegrating is at a much slower rate compared to being outdoors. I really don't find it necessary to reapply every 2 hours for that reason if I'm having that type of day. If I was applying sunscreen that often, I can imagine I would probably run out of sunscreen within 2 or 3 weeks. What's more important is to make sure your first application for the day is a very solid one, making sure you have those 2 finger lengths of sunscreen for your face, neck, and ears to make sure you're actually getting the label protection on the bottle. If you're only using a fraction of sunscreen, then you're only getting a fraction of the label protection. If your SPF bottle says 50, if you're only using 1 finger length, then you're getting SPF 25. So I think about reapplication as more of what type of day are you having. If you're having a more active day where you're going to have a lot of sun exposure, then yes, definitely make sure you reapply every 2 hours. If you're having a more chill day indoors, I would say make sure your first application is a really good one, and then maybe you can consider 1 reapplication depending on how much you touch your face and lay down.